A year has passed since I began painting for Lord Sergio of the Memorabilis Manor, and I find that I have grown accustomed to painting the likenesses of the cadavers that the Lord had reacquired through legal means. In my free time, I had begun taking walks through the forests surrounding the manor and discovered many abandoned villages, overgrown with plant life, much to the delight of my curiosity. This evening I walked through the woods at sunset, at that most marvelous hour where everything seems to glow in cool shadows. I have with me the carved marble figurine I had found in one of the abandoned houses earlier in the day. I had decided to ask the Lord if the servants had to come from some town several miles away, and how far away perhaps they were to be, if perchance I could walk there, spending a night in one of the abandoned villages along the way. That would not be so bad. I would be ever so glad to get out and see people for once, which is something I thought I would never say. But seeing dead bodies almost every day had a wearing on one's soul, which I only now was beginning to realize. The Lord had not let me leave for the past year, other than to walk in the woods nearby, but I had not found any maps in the manor with which to plan a longer hike alone. I came to an abrupt halt. I had just passed through the last few trees and entered the clearing which surrounded the manor. Something was wrong. The lights were not on at the manor. I wonder whatever could be the matter. Igniting my mobile torch lamp, I began to venture towards the side door of the manor, which for some reason was already open. Having entered, I make my way down the long dark corridors, finding no one. My anxiety increases tenfold. There is a strange pressure in the air I have never felt before in all my life. I find the stairs that lead down to the hidden chambers. With each step down, I'm filled with an overbearing sense of dread, and indeed, I find the entrance is already open. Lord Sergio would never leave it open like this. I step through and see the forbidden door open, revealing stairs leading yet further down. After a moment of hesitation, I place my foot on the first step. Sounds of singing reach my ears. I pause again, brows furrowed. It was such a peculiar melody. At the bottom of the musty stairs, I switch off my light and peer through a crack in the door. A large, round, ancient auditorium was beyond the door. A giant multicolored vortex floated in the center of the carved cavern. Energy was streaming from the vortex to the robed figure, standing on an altar in the middle below it. Arrayed around the altar were hundreds of rotting bodies and paintings. My jaw dropped as I realized it was the paintings themselves that were singing. What madness had I been caught up in? Nothing good could come of this, especially since Lord Sergio was cackling much like I expected an evil mastermind to do. Before I could stop myself, I was stumbling over the bodies, smearing my hands in the paintings to try and stop them, the ones I touched screaming at me through my fingers. My hands began to burn, but I couldn't stop. The vortex above shifted its energy, beginning to suck everything in instead of expelling energy. Lord Sigiel notices and finally notices me. His eyes bulge and he screams at me to stop. I can't really hear him over the roar of the vortex. And then his body rips apart and is sucked into space faster than I can blink. I am shocked, but somehow find myself running back towards the door. Then I notice my feet aren't touching the floor anymore, and I slowly rise backwards towards the vortex. Bodies and paintings hurling past me. I look at my hands, they are glowing, blood and paint dripping ceaselessly. All fades to black.